All right, picture this. It's a Friday morning, you've got your coffee, you're saying hi to your team, and you're feeling pretty good about the week. The office is humming along, and you're just about to tackle your inbox. And then, bam, your cell phone rings. It's a video call, and you see who it is. It's your boss.
Okay, so let's dive right in, because I know what you might be thinking. This sounds like something out of a movie, right? Well, it's not. This is a real-world threat that businesses are facing every single day, and it all hinges on one single moment of trust.
So of course, you pick up. It's your broker, on video, and they look totally legit. They're in their office, everything seems normal. They tell you they're rushing to a meeting, and they're not feeling great. You might even notice their voice is a little off. But hey, that just makes their story more believable, right? And then comes the urgent request. A contractor needs to be paid immediately to get a new office approved. The wire info is on its way.
Now this is where the trap gets really clever. The story makes sense. And wouldn't you know it, the one person who normally approves these things, the VP of Finance, is out of the office. So all the pressure is on you. This is your chance to shine, right? To be the hero who saves the day. You don't want to be the one holding things up. So you do what any good employee would do. You make it happen. You send the wire. A few minutes later, you head to the break room to grab another coffee. And there's your broker, perfectly healthy, just chatting away. That meeting, being sick, it was all fake. And in that moment, your stomach just drops. The money, it's gone.
And just like that, poof, $150,000 vanished, sent to a fraudster using a deepfake. Now it's so easy to sit here and think, oh, I would have caught that. I would have known something was off. But let me be really clear. With today's AI, no, you wouldn't have. These aren't just random attacks. These people do their homework, they study your website, your social media, maybe even get into your email to learn exactly how to sound like your boss and exploit your trust.
So, the big question is, how on earth could this happen? It's because these scams are designed to do one thing, and they do it brilliantly. They turn our own human trust into a weapon against us. That trust that we build our companies on, that's the exact weakness they exploit. So we need a better defense, and that's where we get into something called internal controls.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. Internal controls sounds super boring, right? Like something out of an accounting textbook? But seriously, don't think of it as red tape. Think of it as your company's security system. It's gatekeepers. They're the procedures that stand guard over everything you've built. And without them, well, you're leaving the front door wide open. Now, it's really important to know there are two flavors of these controls. And the difference is, well, it's everything. You've got detective controls. These are good for finding out you've been robbed after it already happened. But by then, it's too late. The money's long gone. Then you have preventative controls. This is the good stuff. This is what stops the bad guys at the door before they can do any damage. And that's where we have to focus. Because think about it, the fraudster only needs to get lucky once, just once. But our defenses, they have to work every single time.
All right, so how do we actually build this fortress? What does this preventative system look like in the real world? Let's break it down into 3 core defenses you can put in place, like today.
First up, and this is the big one, the absolute bedrock of good controls, segregation of duties. The idea is super simple. No one person should ever have the keys to the whole kingdom. Basically, the person who puts in an invoice can't be the same person who approves it, and neither of them should be the one who actually sends the money. It creates these natural roadblocks, these built-in checkpoints. It makes it so much harder for fraud to happen, and hey, it even catches honest mistakes before they turn into disasters.
Okay, number 2. You've got to have a really solid multi-layered way to check who you're paying. And I mean everyone, vendors, agents, you name it. Before anyone new gets into your system, you got to do your due diligence. Use your bank's tools to make sure the account is legit. There's even a free tool from the IRS for this stuff. Get those W-9s, get those business licenses, and actually check them. For really sensitive stuff, you could even set up secret code words that you never write down or email.
And that brings us to number 3, which might just be the easiest and most powerful thing on this list: multi-factor authentication. You know it as MFA. So much fraud starts with a stolen password. People reuse them, they get leaked in big data breaches. It happens. Well, MFA stops those attacks dead in their tracks. It's that little code you get on your phone. The hacker can have your password, but they don't have your phone. And please, don't just use this for logging into your laptop. We're talking everything critical: your payroll system, your bank, and most importantly, your email.
But look, we can talk about technology and processes all day long, and that's only half of it. You can have the best security system in the world, but if the people using it don't buy into it, it's totally useless. Because at the end of the day, your people, they are your real firewall. And we've all seen what happens when this goes wrong from the top down. I mean, just think about Enron or Wells Fargo. The leadership there created a culture where it was okay to cheat, to cut corners. That tone at the top is everything. The leaders have to believe in this stuff and enforce it constantly. This can't just be a rule that the accounting team follows. It has to be baked into the DNA of the entire company.
So here's a question for you, and be honest with yourself. In your company, can an employee put their hand up and say, "Wait a minute, this feels weird"? Can they question something, even if it looks like it's coming from the CEO, without being afraid they're going to get in trouble? Because your people are those ultimate gatekeepers. They have to know, deep in their bones, that it's not just okay to double-check, it's their job.
So where does all this leave us? What's the big picture here? Well, the threats out there are changing fast. AI is pouring gasoline on the fire, and that means we can't keep thinking the old way. Our mindset, our defenses, they have to level up too.
Check out this survey. Right now, everyone's worried about cybersecurity, hackers getting in from the outside, and they should be. But look at what's coming next. Digital disruption is set to be the new #1 threat. So what in the world is that? It means the risk isn't just someone breaking in from the outside, it's when the attack comes from the inside, using your own systems against you. It's that deep fake call. It's fraud that's not breaking down the door, it's using a key to walk right in.
So there's one thing you take away from all this. Let it be this. We are in a whole new ballgame now. The old model of just trusting people, well, that's not going to cut it anymore. The new rulebook, the only one that's going to keep you safe in this age of AI, is super simple, but it is everything. Never trust, always verify. The businesses that really get this, the ones that build this idea into their culture, into their very bones, those are the ones that are going to be safe. They're the ones that are going to thrive.